The Ukrainian war with Russia continues. The Russian army continues to lose its strength every day. Unable to withstand the intense pressure of the Ukrainian army, the Russian army began to retreat. Russia, which started the war from the north of Ukraine, has now retreated to the east of Ukraine. They are somehow unable to achieve the desired goal. This is due to the intensive efforts of the heroic Ukrainian army. Russia started this war unfairly. Now this is our punishment. Russia, which has received an intense reaction from the world, has no strength left to withstand it. On the one hand, the troubles in the country; on the other hand, the troubles at the front; on the other hand, make Russia's job difficult. Anti-war riots are growing in Russia every day. Even if the Russian police try to prevent this, they cannot stop it. The withdrawal of most firms from the country and the imposition of sanctions by some countries reduced the quality of life of people. Experts say that if Russia continues to collapse in this way, a civil war may break out. That's what Putin is also afraid of. He did not take them into account, as he thought that he could easily invade Ukraine before the war began. And now he's afraid of it. Morale is high in Ukraine. The victories that are being taken every day increase people's hope. Thanks to the support it has received from the world, the advancing Ukrainian war is very close to winning. Although the Ukrainian army is technically lagging behind the Russian army, it is also teaching Russia a war lesson right now. The only thing that needs to be removed from this is that the war was fought not only with weapons, but also with people. If a person fights desperately, his yield will be minimal. That is why Russia is so close to losing the war right now. When Russian President Vladimir Putin started the war, he was saying that Ukrainian President Zelensky would flee the country. However, Zelensky did not leave his country halfway. He instilled hope in them. And he taught Russia a lesson of war. It is not yet known when this war will end. But as long as it continues, Russia will continue to suffer serious wounds every day. Russia will be punished for what it has done. The European Court is investigating war crimes committed by Russia. Although Russia says it has not committed any war crimes, everyone sees what it has done. For example, Russia, which switched television broadcasts in an area close to the Russian border. He manipulates people in that area. According to a Ukrainian official, Russia uses its own announcers and vilifies Ukraine. He vilifies Ukraine and then attacks the region with munitions that he has seized from Ukraine. This time, the people there also said, "Ukraine is attacking us," he says. Later, he joins the Russian army. Russia has been doing this for more than 7 years, but since the day the invasion attempt began, it has been intensifying more and more. Zelensky, on the other hand, made a statement on this issue. Zelensky said, "Russia has added another one to its war crimes. He's confusing the people there and hitting them with our guns. And the people there think that we are attacking and join the ranks of the Russians. But they don't know that this is a game of Russia. We're gonna make you pay for this," said. Russia, on the other hand, has denied these statements. However, some news reporters who went to the region confirmed the situation. No matter how much Russia manipulates, Ukraine continues to move forward decisively. It carries out its operations by air with the Bayraktar TB2s it has received from Turkey and by land with the HIMARS systems it has received from the United States. According to recent reports, Ukraine has dealt a heavy blow to Russia. The Ukrainian army suddenly switched to reconnaissance flight with Bayraktar. During the night hours he was transporting ammunition from the Russian city of Donetsk to the city of Zaporizhia at that time. Realizing this, the Ukrainian army came up with a plan. They have brought HIMARS systems to an area where range is sufficient. And they put it on standby. Then a team secretly set off. When Bayraktar saw the vehicle loaded with ammunition, they did not shoot it. because the Ukrainian army thought that Russia was pulling the air. Russia, considering the weather to be empty, also brought other ammunition vehicles to the region. When Ukraine realized this, it waited a little longer. When the front-going team reached the area, it did an environmental check. If there is a civilian person, there would be no operation. After checking the area, it was confirmed to be clean. July. HIMARS systems, previously brought to a close distance, were fired. After that, Ukraine fired the TB2, which was already flying. The Russian army was hit from a place it never expected. Having lost the ammunition and troops it had brought, Russia was forced to retreat. The magnificent plan of the Ukrainian army prevented a possible attack. And the clearance of Russian troops in the region is also good news for Ukraine. Putin is getting closer and closer to losing the war every day. Zelensky made a statement recently. Ukrainian President Zelensky said, "Russia has again proved what a loser it is." He has been trying to take over the country that he said he could take in 3 days before the war started for 6 months on this day. This will never happen. The people of Ukraine, the Ukrainian army, we will pay for this as Ukraine. Russia will not get away with what they are doing, said. Russian President Vladimir Putin, on the other hand, does not care about such statements at all. Finally, Russia is on the agenda with the issue of cutting off Europe's gas. Russia, which has a bad relationship with Europe, has decided to decommission Europe's gas this time around. Millions of people in Europe are on the verge of going without gas in winter. But Europe does not make concessions to Russia. No matter what happens, Europe is not afraid of Russia, which has not withdrawn the sanctions it has imposed on Russia. We are not afraid of Russia, Europe said, which will eventually give out that gas. Eventually, he will have to give gas to people in Europe. But if this does not happen at the earliest, it will not be a good period for Russia at all, said. Russia has not yet made a statement on this issue. But it's only a matter of time before Putin gets his order to cut off the gas back. Because the fact that Europe is cutting off its gas has also bothered the United States. If you don't continue supplying gas to Russia, you will suffer the consequences, said. There is still no statement from Putin, but it's only a matter of time before he resumes gas supplies.